This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Friday, the 14th of August. I'm Michael Groff. 30 years ago today, August 14th, 1990, believe it or not, the high temperature in Phoenix was just 78 degrees. And that occurred just after midnight. The low temperature happened at the unusual hour of 1 p.m. and was 70 degrees. And that's thanks to numerous showers and thunderstorms that lingered all day here in the valley. We had 1 to 3 inches of rain. I bring that up because we're going to be seeing the other end of the extreme here today. Temperatures flirting with record highs. No chances of rain as heat remains the primary concern through much of the forecast period. But some good news. The weather pattern will start changing next week. We'll see an increasing chance of showers and storms across the state, including potentially here in the valley. We'll talk about that in just a second. But first, it's Friday, so it is Photo Friday here, where we take a look at some of the photos and videos you guys have sent in of Mother Nature, weather in action here from around the valley or across the state of Arizona. These first pictures are sent in by Greg and his son Tyler. And we're kind of cheating here. These are from monsoons of the past couple of years. Yes, believe it or not, we're supposed to get showers and thunderstorms this time of year, and you can see that in some of these pictures. Rain coming down, thunderstorms, wind blowing dust. And then this picture is from girlfriend Michelle. She took this just a couple of nights ago before sunset. This is a bit of a Rorschach test. She says you can spot a Pegasus in the cloud formation here. Can you see it? And then we have these photos sent in by Ryan Seek. And these are of thunderstorms that occurred over western Pinal and southwest Maricopa County on Tuesday night. Now, these didn't make it into the valley, but they did produce a little bit of rain and some blowing dust down there, as well as some vivid lightning. So some really cool shots here. And if you want to send in your photos or videos, you can do so. groffshow@gmail.com. That's groffshow@gmail.com. And we'll put them here on Photo Friday. And this shot right here, this should be on the cover of a weather calendar for the state of Arizona or maybe the Board of Tourism website. My goodness, that is beautiful. Thank you to everyone for sending in these photos. I can just check these out all day, as I've told you many times before. I love looking at your photos or videos, so keep sending them in. All right, back to reality. We might actually have some weather worth taking pictures of next week, but first, yesterday in the valley, another record 115 degrees, the afternoon high, 91 the morning low. Each day we have a high of 110 plus and a low of 90 plus. We just keep tacking on to those records also. Outside now, here at 9:20 a.m., a few high clouds around. We're already at 99 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 54, relative humidity 22%. The winds are light. The barometer is rising. Temperatures out there already climbing into the triple digits in a few locations. Avondale, Scottsdale, Central Phoenix, many other spots in the middle and upper 90s. 83 is the cool spot at Fort McDowell. The upper air look, it's the same story here. High pressure sitting basically right on top of us. It's going to move directly overhead today. Upper heights between 594 and 596 decameters, which represents the upper 97th percentile of climatology, so we will be roasting again. The watch warning map, a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of eastern North Dakota, northwest Minnesota, but otherwise, the real story across a fair portion of the country is the heat, extending from around the Arklatex region all the way westward into the southwest, the valleys of central and northern California, and the Pacific Northwest, with heat advisories, excessive heat watches, and excessive heat warnings, as well as some red flag warnings for high fire danger. That continues out here in the west as well. As far as Phoenix goes, we have an excessive heat warning through 8 p.m. Wednesday. Convective outlook for today, the enhanced risk of severe storms, obviously up north across parts of North Dakota and Minnesota. The standard slight risk for a fair portion of the plain states, and another little marginal risk over sections of Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. The tropics, we have a little wave out there off of the middle Atlantic coast, and that has the promise of development into a tropical system, although it would be brief if it does develop. Won't be affecting anyone significantly. And we still have Josephine, but this system is just having a hard time getting organized. Way too much dry air and shear over the south and central Atlantic basin. So this will ultimately start to gain latitude, recurving far away from the United States and weakening as it does. Active tropics continue in the East Pacific. First of all, we've got Tropical Depression 10E. Now that's just going to do the hokey pokey and ultimately fizzle out. and that's what it's all about. And then we've got 3 other systems which show promise of development. None of these systems may directly impact us here in the greater Southwest, but a more active tropical regime in the East Pacific could mean more moisture injected into an increasingly active monsoon flow, which we'll detail for next week. Precipitation valid through next Friday morning from the WPC. No rain expected here in Phoenix, and rain amounts generally under 1/2 inch for east central and southeast Arizona. However, again, model trends are starting to look a little bit more promising for next week. I know you've heard it before, but let's take a look at it anyway. Looking at the GFS. This is the 06Z run valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. High pressure going to sit right on top of us today, and upper heights once again closing in on 596 decameters in Phoenix. And when you put it all together down at the surface, it means a few high clouds, otherwise mostly sunny and very hot today. Highs 113 to 116. The record high 117 set in 2015 will be very close to that. There's certainly a chance we could tie it, as you know. Why not? Here in 2020, that's just what we've been doing, breaking records all over the place. Isolated thunderstorms possible over the eastern mountains today, but I would say those would be very isolated. Tonight, the skies are mostly clear, and it'll be another very warm night with lows in the mid-80s to low 90s. And then tomorrow, sunny and fairly hot once again. The ridge starts to meander just a little bit to the northwest, and it will continue to migrate a little further away from us each day. Latest guidance coming in with temperatures a little lower tomorrow. Highs 110 to 113 is what we're forecasting here. Now, as we go to Sunday, the ridge, again, moving a little bit to the northwest, very sluggishly. But we'll start to see widely scattered thunderstorms developing over the higher terrain of eastern Arizona. Doubtful any of those make it into the valley, but some outflow boundaries could start to infringe upon northern Pinal or eastern Maricopa counties, so we'll watch for that. And then next week, the synoptic pattern looks a lot more favorable for bringing storms in here, at least traditionally speaking. Usually in mid to late August, we start to see this where high pressure sets up over the Mojave Desert or the Great Basin, and that's what we'll have next week, high pressure just to our north and west. A mid-level flow out of the east or northeast. So widely scattered showers and thunderstorms that develop over the higher terrain will move toward the deserts. We'd like to see a lot more of a rich monsoon moisture supply over Arizona to produce better chances of storms in here, but we don't have that. Still, there is enough moisture for those storms to fire up, and there are wild cards here to consider as well. We might have some disturbances rotating around this ridge on any given day. That could enhance storm development. And as I mentioned, the tropics and the East Pacific are active. We might see a moisture surge coming up the Sea of Cortez into southern Arizona on any given day. Now, we can't say specifically which day that may happen, but the setup is favorable for storms to come off the mountains into the deserts. So even though I'm keeping our forecast dry officially in Phoenix for next week, that may change as we get closer and we start to look at some of the convective allowing models and see how things pan out. Just know that the forecast for much of next week, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will feature partly sunny skies, high temperatures, most days 110 to 114. We could be lower than that if we do see a widespread rain event happen. And that potential of widely scattered thunderstorms over the higher terrain, isolated storms getting into the desert each afternoon and evening, maybe here in Phoenix. Here's a week from today. This is Friday, the 21st. High pressure is still sitting around the Four Corners area, so a bit more monsoon moisture may come in, widely scattered, late afternoon and evening showers and storms. At least a low-grade monsoon looks okay if this is correct. And yes, you see a tropical system according to the GFS off of the Baja coast, so that would be in line with a more active tropical regime. We won't know exactly where that system is by next week, but that's just an idea on the table. And then going out 10 days to the end of the period, this is Sunday, the 23rd. Again, high pressure somewhere meandering around the Four Corners, and that's a more ideal spot to bring monsoon moisture in. So we would see widely scattered, maybe even scattered showers and thunderstorms across a good portion of Arizona if this is correct. Again, a little too early to say for sure. We'll believe it when we see it. It's been a very dry summer, but this is a glimmer of hope. All right, precipitation off of the European ensemble. Well, not a glimmer of hope here. Again, about 80% of the members show nothing for the next couple of weeks. The ensemble mean is just a shade over 1/10 of an inch. And temperatures off the national blend of models. Yep, it's got us at 116 today, 112 tomorrow. and more or less staying above 110 most days over the forecast period. But again, any one day we could start to break the heat if we can get some better monsoon moisture in here, and that is possible next week. And that'll just about wrap it up for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is scheduled for Monday morning. Updates before that if necessary. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get the notice. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. I thank you so very much for watching. It is always appreciated. You guys be safe, stay cool, drink plenty of water, watch your kids around the swimming pool, and have yourselves a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.